Brr, New York is shaking right now. Jim Jones finally looked Dave East dead in the eye and said, "Whose side you really on?" And trust me, the room went silent, because this wasn't just a convo. This was years of Maxby tension exploding on camera. Dave East kept it cool, but Jim wasn't letting anything slide. And the way he questioned Dave's loyalty. Man, it changes everything you thought you knew about this beef. Let's break down exactly what went down, because this moment exposed the real truth.
We had an eventful week, man. What's going on, Mr. David?
Running around. What's up? How you?
You went to the party.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I did.
You went to the party.
I definitely did.
Threw a party, yeah. Threw a party.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
David came over.
I definitely did. Y'all niggas is crazy.
No, listen.
Nah, I ain't gonna front, real man shit.
Let's talk about it.
I'm glad the brother got his freedom.
Right.
Shouts to
100%.
Max.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fan of his music. He on Survival. He actually on my first album. But yeah, I'm glad I got to go, poly with him.
So it was a lot of talk on the internet about.
They told me I was kicked off of this.
Yeah, they did. They said you was there. They said you was. I didn't even. I
For
didn't even
doing that.
Oh, this was crazy.
That's what they told
Internet
you?
kicked you off the show.
The internet
They said
kicked
I
you
got
off.
kicked off this joint. I can't rap about it no more.
It's
People
crazy.
People don't know. You see, both of us had different opinions, and I think it's dope that because I always feel like two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
Right. You felt one way, I felt another way.
Right.
You went to the party, but you had already had a conversation with Capo. Talk about that.
Yeah, I feel like I never was around him, Max.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but we had our own relationship through who we know or whatever. And me being around Jim as long as I've been around Jim, and Jim being around my moms and my kids, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta holler at Capo, like, yo, bro, how you feel about that? Because I got invited directly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Indeed.
so I'm a definitely have that convo with bro before I just pop up and he gotta hear about it. Like, that's just me.
No, it's definitely honor in that, brother. And I think, like I was saying, like me and Fad was talking earlier. As individual men, we don't always have to have the same opinion.
Right.
Right. I felt like because of the relationship I didn't built with Capo over the last 5 or 6 years, that I just felt like it wasn't in me to go stand next to anybody he had an issue with or whatever, because the relationship is strong here. It's past professionalism, right? So we got a personal relationship. I feel like as a friend, the word friend people throw around, brother. Everybody, yo, Fad, my brother.
Right.
This nigga, my brother.
Bro.
Yo, bro, that's my bro, it's my brother. That's my friend. But the thing is, I feel like everybody's your brother until it's time to do brother shit, right? When you got a friend, the word friend, that comes with responsibilities.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? As a friend, it's certain things I'm gonna do. As your friend, you should be able to trust me around your wife.
Right.
Right? You should be able to trust me around money.
Right.
If you took a fall, I should be able to be there for you, right? No matter what it is, right? And, the way I look at life, I just felt like, and it was no disrespect to, Max or anybody, because me and him got a relationship too, but I just wanted to make clear where I stood as a man. Those are my principles, not nobody else. So I think it's dope that we could be able to have that conversation right here, because I felt like niggas was thinking it was something else.
Nah, yeah. I feel like with me it's like, and I agree with you 1,010%. I love this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not into trying to figure out what niggas is going through.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Capo know how I feel about him. He knew me since I was 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't nothing brand new. This ain't let me go over there for the cloud or for the cameras. Nah. I've been in contact with Max.
Right.
From jail. You know what I'm saying? He's on the album, Yo East. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it was a man thing. Let me holler at Jim. How you feel about that, bro?
No, that's honorable, bro.
He could have easily been like, yo, bro.
100%.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we had our own one on. You get what I'm saying? So I felt like I'm not gonna be put in a space where I'm leaning on no side. You get what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with boy, I fuck with Capo. Like, I'm not picking a side. Like, that ain't me.
That's respectable. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's no wrong answer, because everybody got their own perspective on things.
Right.
And how they view based on if they own experiences and stuff like that. I've been in situations where you had to declare your side.
Right.
So my whole life,
Me too.
My whole life, I've been this way. It's not about whether it was Jim, is anybody that I got that type of love and respect for,
Right.
I feel that way the same way because I don't want it to ever be no misunderstanding.
Right.
You're gonna know exactly where I stand because you prove who you are through actions,
Right.
not just talk.
Not talking.
Everybody talking. All these niggas is talk. I'm like, nah. We got to go a little bit deeper than that. So I just think that it's cool, man. What you think, Spiz?
I think we spoke earlier, and even a couple weeks back, I was talking about the strength of relationships, and I think we here on this, besides the podcast, we built, you know what I'm saying, a brotherhood between us.
Right.
And so I think that's like solid just to even check in and see if that's, you know what I mean, something that will bother you or, you know what I mean? That's what, instead of just going and just try to figure it out later. I also think that we could look at it from our perspectives individually outside of Capo, but at the same time, this is really his experience. You know what I'm saying? This is something he went through. And you can't tell a man how to feel about something that he went through and we didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't really understand the principle until it's done to them. You know what I'm saying? So like when it happened to them, then they could get it.
It changed
when it's
up,
something
yeah,
outside, it's
understand.
easy to tell somebody, yeah, let that
Right.
shit go, or you know what I'm saying?
That's not your call.
Right. So whenever he do let it go, if he do or not, you know what I'm saying? We in support of course, of letting shit go and
100%.
moving forward. But at the same time, it's going to take everybody's time on their time.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
And
not about the
yeah.
internet or
That ain't no
our
group thing,
feelings.
man.
No, that's
That's
not.
really
That's
how
the
you
thing.
feel in your own
No matter
soul.
how you feel, I feel like I want us, New York as a whole, to be unified. I can't wait till we all in a
Right.
room together, right? Because we all got our own relationships, and
That's
I don't
easier
think
said than
niggas
done,
give
though.
us the credit for actually starting to come together and band together and having unity in New York. Everybody was running around screaming about New York don't have unity, right? And we all came together and we all individual artists, individual fathers, individual niggas, and we learned how to have brotherhood and still balance our individual craft. So I can't wait to the day that we all, you know what I'm saying, is like we New York, period.
Right.
You know? But everything is gonna happen in its time,
Facts.
you know?
Man, here we go again. This whole Jim Jones, Dave East, and Maxby situation finally hit a real breaking point. For weeks, the whole city been watching this back and forth like a live chess match, and now everything's lining up with some serious pressure in the air. People been saying for years that half these rappers ain't even real friends. They only show up together when there's a club bag or a studio vibe. But when it's time to prove real loyalty, real brotherhood, real stand-up energy, bro, the list gets real short out here. And one thing about Jim Jones, he played this moment like a genius, dropping a brand new podcast right in the middle of all this drama. That strategy, perfect timing to jump into the algorithm, spark conversation, and maybe even push his show into the top tier of hip-hop podcasts. And here's the crazy part, he still hasn't said a single direct word about Maxby since Max touched down, not one. But this is where things heat up. His co-hosts, Mayo and Dave East, both been around Max or folks connected to him, and they know exactly how to turn that energy into viral content. Most podcasters avoid the topics fans really want to hear about, especially when the streets are loud. But when you got someone like Minnow on the mic, nothing stays off limits. On the new episode of Let's Rap About It, Minnow dives straight into the fire. No warm-up. He immediately presses Dave East about showing up at Maxby's dinner party, and the tension is thick. Then we finally get Fab's angle on the whole Maxby Jim Jones situation, something fans been waiting on for years. And let's keep it honest, Jim Jones deserves credit here. With Maxby finally home, he's not crashing out or moving reckless. He's not throwing slick posts on Instagram. He's not taking side shots on the podcast. And like they explained on the show, he's not stopping any of his friends from showing love to Maxby either, which is a major shift from how things used to look 10 to 15 years back. Back then, it would have been a whole different battlefield. Right now, Jim is minding his business, staying focused, and keeping whatever he feels about Max locked inside. That's grown man discipline. And honestly, the way things are moving, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next year or two we actually see Jim Jones and Max be sitting together on a podcast. Because if you caught what Mayo was saying, he's pushing for New York to move as one. He wants unity, he wants peace, and he sang it loud enough for everybody to hear. But here's where things really turned up. After Mayo pressed Dave East about pulling up to Max B's dinner, the whole vibe in the room shifted. You could feel the tension hit instantly, but Dave didn't fold. He stood on his truth and made it clear he wants peace in the city. No sneaky energy, just respect and keeping things solid. Then Fab jumped in with that calm, seasoned tone he always brings, breaking down his perspective on the long history between Max and Jim. He wasn't choosing sides, but he made it clear he would rather see real conversations happening instead of decade-old grudges stretching into the future. Hearing him speak added weight to the whole moment, and the wild part, the whole panel kept circling back to one message: New York is stronger when everyone is locked in together instead of split. That's why this episode hit different. It wasn't messy gossip. It was a real look at how much the city's legends have grown and how close we might be to witnessing something historic. But things sharpened up even more when Minnow explained why he wasn't afraid to talk about Max B at all. He sat there calm and confident, basically saying he's not holding on to old problems when everybody's grown now. You could tell he meant every bit of it. The whole room went quiet for a moment, because honesty like that hits different on camera. Dave East also broke down how the internet keeps trying to drag him into a side he never picked. He made it clear he's cool with Jim, he respects Max, and he's not letting social media twist anything into fake beef. That moment said a lot about Dave's character, because most rappers wouldn't even touch a situation this layered. Then the panel locked in on one major point: the city needs progress, not more tension. They kept saying, New York's got too much talent and too many opportunities for grown men to still be stuck in decade-old storylines. You could feel everyone in that room trying to push the culture forward, even while the streets are watching each move like a scoreboard. And just when it felt like things were leveling out, Minnow dropped another heavy truth that shifted the whole convo. He said, "People only see the headlines. They don't understand the real history behind this." He reminded everyone that what went down between Jim Jones and Max B was real grown man business, not some quick back and forth for clicks. That hit the room because it showed how deep these wounds really go. Dave East followed up by explaining how the younger generation views things differently now. He said fans today less want music, unity, and real energy from New York, not old beef making a comeback every few months. Hearing Dave talk like that showed how much the culture has changed since the early 2000s. Then Fab added another gem, saying, "Nobody wins when the city is divided." He pointed out how powerful New York could be if these legendary names stood next to each other again, instead of staying split forever. That moment had everybody thinking, because the idea of Max B, Jim Jones, and the entire New York scene moving as one would shake the whole industry. And the way the conversation went, you could tell Fab already knows whatever talks he's had with Jim ain't on hostile timing anymore. It feels like all they need is a face-to-face sit-down. The energy ain't what it used to be, and that's a good sign. This whole episode proved they're way closer to peace than people realize. Now jump in the comments and tell me how you think they handled that conversation. What do you think it's going to take to finally see Max B and Jim Jones in the same room again? And before you dip, make sure you subscribe to Drip Z, hit that like button, drop a comment, share this video, and push this story up the algorithm. Appreciate you for watching.